Today I will say something about the problem of variety as a norm in our interpersonal relationships, about this culture which asks us imperatively to pursue variety, to accumulate all kinds of various experiences, to see different cultures, see different countries, to meet different people, to experience all kinds of different relationships. A culture which connects the value of our lives with the quantity and variety of our experiences, and which romantically tells us that the more varied our life experience is, the fuller our life itself is, and the more valuable it is by extension. This cultural norm has all kinds of negative psychotherapeutic consequences and problems which it causes. Some of which are connected with the fact that people pursue different relationships. They pursue a hyperactive lifestyle, especially younger people and middle-aged people in Western civilization. And in our society today we have this problem where an increasing number of clients in psychotherapy report that the quicker and the more intensely they pursue the various experiences in their everyday lives, the more empty they feel, and the less satisfaction they're able to obtain, and the less peace they feel in who they are and what they do and where they live. So it seems that the defection to different non-Western religions, the defection to religions such as Buddhism or all kinds of Eastern traditions, come as a reaction to an aggressive normative structure which causes us to seek variety at any cost. Whereas in fact, it could be argued that the quality of life of any of us is basically consistent with our ability to stick to our particular choices, to stick to a particular life partner with whom we live, to stick with the sort of work that we do and try to be the best we can in that line of work, to stick with the identity which we have developed up to a certain stage in our life, and to try to enhance and enrich that identity, and to be better than we used to be yesterday, and to simply work on adding new qualities to who we are rather than changing who we are. And the very idea of adding qualities to who we are in fact has very little to do with variety. It could be argued that it has to do with digging deeper, with going in depth rather than broadening the scope of our experiences. So a large part of psychotherapy really with hyperactive people and with people who suffer from what I call the illness of the normativity of variety consists in changing the direction of their thinking, in helping them focus their thought on more in-depth themes and preoccupations about themselves, about their values, about their children, about their families, about their parents, about their nations, about their cities, about their neighborhoods, about their community. In fact, it seems to me that one of the ways to address this problem, this anxiety, which sometimes seems to be almost completely based on this pursuit of all kinds of different experiences, is really the cure for that is really in establishing what I call an organic community, and seeking to use that organic community, whether it's a community of friends or of colleagues or simply a family, use that community to sort of foster those values which are contrary to the culture of consumerism and variety, and seeking a large quantity of new experiences. I recently had a friend and a colleague who had suffered greatly because, as a psychotherapist, she had led a private life which was so hectic and so full of action that at a certain stage she started to fall apart from her organic community of colleagues and friends, because nobody could keep up with the erratic way of pursuing relationships, which had become her personal sort of brand name, her personal mark on all her relationships. She was always late. She never kept her word whenever she arranged to meet with someone, or to work with someone, or to travel with someone. It was always very difficult to catch her, and her life, as she led it, she used that kind of lifestyle as an excuse for being late, for being unprofessional, for letting her friends down in various situations. And then, as a result of that, she had lost her focus and started to interfere in relationships, including intimate relationships between people in her social circle. And the result of that was that she basically removed himself from many of the important relationships that had characterized her professional network. Now, if psychotherapists can fall prey to this strong culture of pursuing life experiences at any cost, then it is easy to understand how disturbing and how degrading for the quality of life of those people who are not trained in psychotherapy this culture can be. So it seems to me that the Eastern cultures, the Eastern sports, the Eastern religions, the Eastern philosophy, when they are used to address this culture of variety, are useful, and they are in a sense they are an antidote to this Western normativity, which requires us to be as active and as brave risk takers, especially when you are young, as possible, so that we can say that we have experienced and had many things and had a rich life. Defection to these Eastern values is a cure. It is something that can be useful, but I think equally using the organic community in a comprehensive way, using the links between closely intertwined professional community members and family members, close friends, is something that can remind us of those more internal values, those values which allow us to do, as Gabor Mate says, to do the internal work. And by encouraging us to do more internal work, the organic communities will at the same time stabilize us and protect us to some extent from the psychologically devastating effects of pursuing variety at any cost.